Hello everyone, this is Joni Dillon from Timeshare Sales Mastery with an incredible 5-part video series for you this week called 5 Things You May Be Doing to Piss Off Your TO and Lose the Deal. This is video number 1 and let's get into it. Alright, we're going to set the stage here for what's really happening. Now, if you're somebody who depends on a TO because maybe you're feeling like you're not the right person to get this deal, or you know there's just somebody else to get that deal for you, or perhaps you're maybe new or maybe never really developed your master closing skills, you depend on a TO, you depend on a manager to get that deal. So you have to understand that as a manager, they're stretched thin. There's a lot of you to very few of them. So what they want to do is they want to put themselves in the best position to get the deals that are out there in the room. So a good manager knows exactly what's happening on his or her sales floor. And trust me, it's their sales floor in their mind. So they know where the deals are at. They're eyeing the floor constantly. They're walking the floor. They're touching tables. They're talking to the guests that are out there, and they're reading body language of what's happening. And it's so obvious and it's so clear as somebody who's stepped back and kind of observing the floor as to what's really happening. So for you as a rep, you have to understand the deal is not when you get the manager on the table. The deal is done before the manager gets on the table. Have you ever had a manager not want to come to your table? Have you ever had a manager kind of pissed off at you because of something that you just don't understand? It might have been your previous tour, might have been what you've been doing recently, and you don't understand why they don't want to come to your table. It's because you're not setting it up right for them to come to your table, and they know that they're going to have to do all the work to get the deal. So what we're going to talk about today is the number one thing that reps do wrong and pissing off their TO or their manager and losing the deal, and that is they're just not getting their tour in the picture. They're not getting them in the picture. And when you look at this from the outside, what you'll see is 30, 40, 50 minutes into it, maybe even an hour and a half into it, they still haven't turned their table, and the one person sitting on 3 feet, they're sitting 3 feet away from each other, they look unhappy, their arms are crossed, and the rep's staring and just talking. They're totally unaware of how disconnected they are. And they think if they just keep talking that something will change. Now, nothing's gonna change other than there's no deal. So when you need to get your people in the picture before you hand over your table. That's just the bottom line. And the more they're in the picture, the easier it is going to be to get the deal today. So the question is, okay, Joni, that's obvious, duh, I get it, I have to get them in the picture, but what am I doing wrong to not get them in the picture? Why are they not coming after it? Why is everything I'm saying not resonating with them? And the truth is, you're not listening. You're not listening to them. And you're probably doing a whole lot of talking and talking at them. So what I want you to do here on out is to ask questions that actually elicit a response that's going to reveal to you something very telling about what they're looking for in their current or future vacation ownership life, right? They don't know if they're Frontline tour. They don't know that vacation ownership is for them. By you telling them, you're just simply pushing it on them. What you want to do is take a different approach, step back and ask them. Let's talk about your current vacation lifestyle a little bit, and if you ever were to get involved in an ownership program, what would it have to look like for you? What would it have to look like? And they're gonna say, what does that mean? You'll say, well, tell me, how is it that you vacation? Where do you go? What do you do? Who do you, what type of places do you like to stay in? And that's where your discovery process begins. And you listen. You don't just say, oh, well, I'm gonna push them into this, that, and the other. No, this might not be for them. Certain benefits might not be for them. So why would you talk about them? Why would you talk about RCI if they don't like to travel anywhere other than, a tri-state area or something like that. You're not going to talk about where you have resorts. You're not going to talk about going to China. You're not going to talk about going on an African safari or going to Europe if it doesn't apply to them. You need to listen in your discovery by asking those key questions, those second, third degree questions. Don't take their first answer. Tell me more about that. What else? Why is that the case? How long have you been wanting to do that? Did you know that she was feeling the same way? You want to go deeper and deeper to get the real answers and to know your roadmap of where to go next. Guys, you've got to get your people in the picture, and you do this by listening, not by talking, but by listening and only taking exactly what they're saying and molding your program around their vacation needs. All right, guys, this is the first thing that I see time in and time out of what reps are doing to piss off their managers so they don't want to come on their tables and they lose the deal. When the manager has to get on your table and put them together in the first place, it's a little too late. It's way too late. So the better that you can do your job on the front end and hand it over beautifully to your TO, your manager, chances are you'll get the deal today. All right, guys, this is Joni from Timeshare Sales Mastery on the 75th floor of the beautiful Columbia Tower. How gorgeous is it? Yeah, make it an incredible day, guys. Get out there, be unstoppable. Peace.